Good morning, girls. Today is your last coding lesson, so you're going to spend this time going through your summative assessment checklist. Try and see what you still have in red and complete them. Now, if you have anything still in red, please complete. It's your last lesson. You need to use this lesson to complete any pending work. After that, you need to go and continue uploading your work on the portfolio. There are people who've really done a good job and completed uploading all work. Now, there is this document in your Google Classroom. It's called Class Portfolio. It has every criterion and what work you have to put on that page. So on criterion A page, you have to put criterion A template, research presentation, and criterion A rubrics. Now remember, before you post anything, you have to make a copy of it in your Google Drive inside the summative assessment folder. That's the only way you then can post it and I can see it. Now, I have included the lessons where you find the work, where the work that you're posting is. For example, criterion B template is found in lesson 1 and it's homework. So this is going to make it easier for you to find the work. Try and put all the work that I've listed in the correct spaces, in the correct pages. Now, when you have finished organizing your portfolio, any work now you do, you must work on what you've posted on the portfolio so that the changes you make are on the work in the portfolio. So if you pasted any work in the portfolio, if you're going to make any changes or any improvement to the work, you must open the one in the portfolio. Now, when you're done, we're now going to review the summative assessment specifications. Now, at the beginning of this rotation, you got this document here. Now, this document gives you information about your solution or the game. Now, probably when we started, you didn't understand it quite well, but now that you have gone through the entire design cycle and you've completed your game, you have a better understanding. So on the first page, it just gives you the details of how you'll be assessed and what it is. Now, what you need to focus on is this page. You need to look at the goal, the role, the audience, the situation, and the product. So your goal was to create an interactive educational game to assist grade 6 students acquire a subject skill or acquire knowledge on a topic, e.g. multiplication table in mathematics, volcanoes, anything you chose. Now, you girls have worked very hard on this. Now, just make sure you go back to your templates, those criterion templates. Check if any answer you've given or anything you've typed out is talking about grade 6. Now, the role is you are a game designer and you have been requested to design and develop an interactive educational game for grade 6 students to help them learn a subject skill. So that is the role that we have been working on. And then who are our audience? Our audience have been grade 6s. The situation is the same as the role here. We've been asked to create a scratch game for grade 6 students. And what were we focusing in? We were focusing on using if, else, then, and repeat loops. Finally, our product is the game. Our product is an interactive educational game. Now, I'm going to start assessing your work, final assessment, after today's lesson. Now, remember, you need to have criterion A, criterion B, criterion C, and criterion D all completed. So I have the templates that were shared. Make sure they're completed, they're in your portfolio. Now, when you're done, I need you to go and now do your self-assessment in all the rubrics. So you will go to your portfolio and you will open the rubrics. So if you get to the class portfolio, open the rubrics, because even the rubrics are to be posted. So I'm going to show you someone's portfolio, someone who might think has done quite a good piece of work. So I'm just going to open someone's portfolio. So for you to see what your portfolio should look like at the end of this lesson, so I'm going to go to your page. Whose page is that I wanted to look at? Let's look at Basmala's page. Let's see what is in Basmala's page. So Basmala has criterion A, B, C, and D. So criterion A, this is what she's put in her criterion A. So look at how she's arranged her work. In her criterion A, she has criterion A template, and she's written the title there. Now, Basmala will have to look at her spellings. Then there's the criterion A rubric. This is the one we're going to assess. And then there is the criterion A research presentation. So this is how the criterion A page should look like. Now, what you need to add in where it's written, click to edit, add a short description. What was this? So this was the research on this template. You can type on this template. I typed out my research findings. I went to the internet and found out more information about education of games, and I typed my research findings on this template. I also typed the draft for the presentation on this template. So just that. Now, this is just an assessment of your skills. So after I finished, I looked at my skills and I reflected on my work, and I ticked what I could do. And then this is a presentation in Google Slides. It is just how I presented my research findings. Now, when you are sure that your work is all in the template, remember after that, any changes you make, you have to go to the work on the template. So I'm going to open these rubrics. And when I open the rubrics, remember there's this box here. That's the one to open. And what I want you to do for all the rubrics, criterion A, criterion B, criterion C, criterion D, this place here where it says first draft. Now, see what the indicators state how we can use Scratch in learning. I was able to state how we can use Scratch in learning. If it is yes, you just click there and you type letter Y. If it is no, you type letter N. So read these statements here. I was able to outline the steps involved in creating a game in Scratch. If it's yes, you put a yes. I was able to present my research findings. That is where you created your presentation. I was able to explain why Scratch script blocks are more convenient for coding a game. So you're just answering these questions with yes or no on this column. Forget about the comments. That's going to be for Miss Bohr. And then I will give you your final grade. So for this lesson, girls, make sure you complete all the criterion rubrics, only this first column. And which ones are you completing? You're only completing the ones that are already in the portfolio. Now, girls, remember, if your work is not in the portfolio, it will not be easy for me to access it. So please make sure you post your work on the portfolio. So that is all we are doing today. Just make sure every work is completed. Then you can complete your game. You can go and do more, make more, go and make improvements on your game. So that is all we are doing for today. Otherwise, you girls have worked very well. I've been very impressed with your effort in the coding class. I'm wishing you all the best in your next class, which I think is design. Yes, your next class is design, product design. So all the best of luck. Remember the design cycle always. That is your key to succeeding. Remembering that the design cycle first includes researching the solution, then developing ideas, then after developing ideas, then you move to creating the solution, which is C, and then D is evaluating the solution. Good luck, guys. Well done.